Welcome to Lagniappe, a program about events, issues, and people. I'm Cory Crowe. I'm joined today by Dr. Alan Parish from the University of Louisiana Monroe, the band director for The Sound of Today. Dr. Parish, thanks for joining us today for Lagniappe.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's good to have you here, and let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for Monroe. Drum Corp International's producing a show in Monroe on the 26th. Tell me a little bit about what is DCI, Drum Corp International.
So DCI is kind of the elite tier of marching band in the country. It consists of primarily students, college and high school, from ages 16 to 22. And they come together for a summer and just practice one show, and that's a competitive show. They compete against each other, and they perform all throughout the country at different host sites.
The young men and women are traveling, and they do a lot of living on gymnasium floors and sleeping bags and air mattresses. Tell me a little bit about the life of these young folks and why they're doing this over their summers.
So it's exciting for them because they get to travel the country. But you did mention sleeping on gym floors, and they do that a lot. So the life is they wake up in a new location. They spend the entire day practicing if it's a rehearsal day, like usually 7 in the morning until 8, 9, 10 at night. And they go to sleep, wake up. They might travel in the evening. And then some days they have a show, but it's an exciting experience, and they do it because they enjoy the amount that's expected of them. They're pushed to their limits, and they get better at their instrument. It's just a great experience.
People will doubt what I say, but these young men and women are in better shape than most college football players, I think.
Oh, yes, for sure. They all look like CrossFit athletes.
They all do. They look like CrossFit athletes, and we're literally talking about rehearsing 12 hours a day outside at times at a full run, carrying a bass drum or a sousaphone or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And they all come back a lot darker than when they left. They all have suntans. It's a distinct look that a drum corps member has.
I know what you're talking about. At the beginning of the summer, very pale and white, and by the end of the summer, tan and look like you've been on the beach all year long.
Exactly.
The Drum Corp International folks coming to Monroe, Dr. Alan Parish with us. Tell me a little bit about the show that's coming to Monroe on the 26th, and why Monroe?
So this is the first year that we've hosted a show in a while. And back in August or September of last year, Drum Corp International reached out to me about the possibility of hosting a show. And this is a very convenient location for them because they have a show in Dallas and a show in Atlanta. And this is a midway point for them on the way to Atlanta and other shows in that area.
These shows gather thousands of music fans. I've been to one of these shows that had about 45,000 people in a larger city. We'll expect some good crowds, but we're going to do this kind of late in the day because it's hot and it's summertime, right?
Yes. If we did it early, I don't think anybody would want to come. So we're going to do it at 8, around when the sun goes down, and it'll be not as hot is the afternoon, and maybe get a nap in early in the day so that you can enjoy the corps for the evening.
Let's talk about the corps who are coming and just looking at the lineup. The Blue Knights from Denver, Colorado, the Academy from Tempe, Arizona, Genesis from Austin, Texas, the Troopers coming all the way from Casper, Wyoming. That's a long haul to Monroe, Louisiana. Music City from Nashville, Tennessee. The Mandarins are coming from Sacramento, California. And one of my favorites, the Cadets, coming down from Erie, Pennsylvania, making their way throughout the country and winding their way through Monroe on their way to the championships. We need to, I guess, tell folks a little bit about how this works. It's a competition every night, but ultimately you're trying to make your way to the championship, right?
Yes, that's correct. So these are all smaller shows that are preparing them for the ultimate championship, which is in Indianapolis.
So Indianapolis this year, that first couple of weeks of August is when all of that kicks off. Tell me about what these young folks learn on the road, and how does it prepare them to be better students and better musicians?
Yes, every person that's marched DCI that I've worked with has come back different at the end of the summer, and in a good way. It's kind of like boot camp. They learn discipline. They learn how to structure your day for the most effective use of your time. So they learn fundamentals on their instruments, where every single day they have a consistent warm-up. They do the same thing, and it gets them out of this routine of just kind of wandering through life, where they have structure, and they learn a lot from it.
The show is coming up in Monroe on the 26th at ULM's Malone Stadium. Are you guys at ULM hosting a corps this year? Where are all the folks? I'm trying to figure out where all the folks going to sleep on gym floors this year.
So we're actually hosting two corps. We're hosting the Mandarins and Genesis, and we're going to put them on our band room floor and throughout our music building. And then there's going to be the cadets are staying at Louisiana Tech. And then a corps that I don't know is staying at Ruston High School. And that's 4. We're still finding housing sites for 3 of the corps. So they're kind of last minute on their housing, but the housing sites will come through, yes.
The tickets are available for this show. Tell me how the ticketing is working on this event.
So you can go to DCI.org and type Monroe in the search bar, and you can buy your tickets online. I believe they're $26, which is incredible for a DCI show. A lot of them are more than that. That's the best way to do it. Or you can show up the day of the event, show up a little early and bring a debit card because it's cashless, and you can get your ticket then, but you can't guarantee where your ticket will be. So the best way to get a good seat is to buy the tickets early.
Dr. Alan Parish with us, Director of Bands at ULM. We're talking about the Drum Corps International Show, DCI Monroe, on the 26th. To find out more about this and other events, you can head to our website, KEDM.org.